Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world today. I hope you're having a good one and with the people you care about most. Now, I am a child of the 80s. I am a big geek. And some of my earliest memories of watching cartoons and having like actual figures, play figures that I actually had were of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And one of the great thrills I've had doing balloons is getting to meet celebrities, getting to meet creators of some of my favorite characters. And on that list definitely would be Kevin Eastman, who was one of the two gentlemen who created the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I was at a con that was very slow, to say the least. And it was actually a convention based around the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And among being able to make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle costume for the event, I actually got to meet Kevin Eastman, and he actually was kind enough to sign my Secrets of the Ooze comic book from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the movie. And when the convention was over, he actually asked me to make him a Michelangelo to take to somebody, which, as Michelangelo being my favorite character, to make Michelangelo for the guy who created Michelangelo was pretty stinking cool. And today, I'm going to show you how to make Michelangelo. And what we're going to do is we're going to be using the cartoon colors. Now, by that, I mean the shell is a darker green instead of a brown. Now, the movies usually have it as brown, especially the early cartoons has it as a darker green. So we're going to be going for that version. We are still going to be using the goldenrod for the front of the shell, and then we will add the details of, what makes Mikey Mikey over the other characters. But we're going to get started, and the first thing we're going to do is actually blow up a light goldenrod, and we're going to grab a dark green, which should be right here. There we go. Okay, so let's blow both of these up. Now, the goldenrod color can be blown up about 2/3 of the way. The green can be blown up a little bit more because we're going to need it to wrap around. So you'll see what I'm talking about. And then, there we go. We're going to tie these together. Okay, so now we're going to make the body. And simply what we're doing is making two long bubbles, about a hand span, twisting them together, and then bringing it back down. And that's really the big part of it. Now what we're going to do is going to bring this green one over and around. Going to twist it in the middle so it can go through the top section. And I'm actually just going to lock it into place by going all the way through. And there we go. And then I'm going to bring that back over and twist it into place. And now what I'm going to do with that goldenrod piece of balloon is I'm going to actually wrap it around a couple times. It's going to do a couple different things. One is it's going to tighten it up to get rid of any scratch that's in the bottom, but also it's just going to lock it in place. And there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just rip off the goldenrod, tuck it inside, rip off the green, and tuck that inside. Make sure that you don't leave any nozzles in any places that might appear out of place, let's say. So, okay, again, this is going to be the simple body. So now what we're going to do is now that we have the shell, we're going to add the legs. So for this, again, it's going to be real simple. We're going to do a little ear twist and a small fold twist. We're going to go up a little bit at a knee, because remember, the turtles are short. They're actually shorter than April O'Neil, who is in the size of a normal female reporter. This is a normal version. And we're just going to lock that in the bottom there. There we go. Okay, we're just going to repeat that. Nothing difficult here. All these techniques we've covered in the technique playlist. And there we go with that. Okay, now for the arms, practically the same thing. But we are going to do double ear twist for the hands. Again, this is the quick version, but we want to be able to make sure that it can hold like the nunchuck. So lower arm, upper arm. We are going to have a shoulder blade on this because what we're going to now do is bring it right down in here. Okay. And we're going to just reverse all that again. Let's bring the shoulder up a little closer. There we go. That's better. And start off with a shoulder blade on the other side. That will help it from passing back through. And add the upper arm, elbow, and lower arm, followed by the two pinch twists. Okay. Now, no matter which turtle you're making at this point, that's going to be the same for pretty much all of them. Okay? So that could be Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo, Michelangelo, or the female turtles I got created later. Or if you're watching this in 2024, they are just announced that they're creating 4 new turtles that are kind of like the next generations. So they're actually kind of rebooting what the turtles are for younger kids and things with these new characters, is at least the idea. So we'll see. So you might get some requests for some other characters besides the basic 4 turtles. So now it's the head. There's a couple different ways to do the head. I'm going to show you really the quickest one, and then we'll work from there. So for this one, again, a little ear twist, a loop, okay? And then we're going to bring it down. And there you go. Okay. Now we'll stop there for 1 second so we can continue. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab, oh, I thought I had an orange 160 here. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll do this with a orange 260. It's all good. Okay. So for the orange one, 260, we're going to have a little bit extra at the end. We're going to go all the way around. Okay. With a split in the middle. And then wrap that back. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lock this all into place. I'm going to make an ear twist, a little bit bigger than the other ones. And what I'm going to do, see how that got that there? I'm going to go over the other green part, through or over the orange, and then back down. And what that's going to give me is kind of a lower jaw. Okay? So that's the simple one. This also continues on for the neck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a little ear twist, followed by another one. This will keep everything locked in position when I attach it to the body. There we go. Just readjust the ear twist a little bit. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to tie this off and rip it off. Just like you're ripping a rubber band, fast and smooth. Okay? Get everything positioned the way I want it here. Okay. Now I'm going to grab a white 260 or a white 160, your choice. And you can do this all with markers if you want, but I like the way it looks with the balloon. Okay. Grab a piece of 260. And attach that to the ear twist in the back. And just like that, we have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Now, there's a lot of different heads people have done, and just give you an idea of what this one looks like. Okay, so that's one quick head to do. Now, this is the head I normally do. Now, I know the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles do not have ears, but for twisting, it helps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a cluster like this. I have an ear twist, a medium, small, small, medium ear twist. Kind of like the teddy bear head, but with a little bit extra. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, so that's going to be like the chin or the cheeks, the nose area. And now I'm going to go up on top. Actually, what am I saying? We're going to go down here. We're going to add a lower jaw a little bit. Okay. Another ear twist. And this is going to fill in the face. So what I'm doing is I went down, made about a 2-finger bubble, ear twist, about a 3-finger bubble, ear twist, went up to connect to where the nose and the chin and the cheek area are by about a 2-finger bubble, then right back down and roped it around the ear twist again. And now I'm going to connect and make sure I don't get turned around. Since I'm doing it for the camera, it's a little bit different orientation than I normally do it. So now I'm going to do that same thing again. 3-finger bubble, ear twist, and then 2-finger bubble, and then back down to another 2-finger bubble. And then back over. So you're just doing what you did before in reverse. So then break that last little piece off, rope it around. Okay. So it might be hard to follow, but once I do this next part, it's going to make a lot more sense. So I have a bubble leaking. Okay, that is okay. So what I'm going to actually do, let me make sure here. Yep, okay. I'm going to take this balloon. There we go. Make sure I don't get turned around. Link the back. Come back up. There we go. Okay. So this is where our nose is going to be, or the beak of the turtle. This is where the mouth is going to be. So right now we're working on the top of the head. So this is a 3-finger bubble, little ear twist, 2-finger bubble, 2-finger bubble, ear twist, and 3-finger bubble. And then back down. Okay? So we're going to leave that one extra one there for a moment, and you'll see why. And now we're going to do the mouth and going into the back of the head. So for the mouth, we're just going to make 2 big lips. Okay? And we're going to put that right through there. Whoops. And that's what happens. It's pop art. Okay. So our lips, we're going to have to just twist that right in. And we're going to make a nose here. And, it's fun when you're doing balloons. It's fun when you're making videos. But sometimes when you're doing both at the same time, you forget where you're at. You know where I'm at. So I was right the first time. We are going to breathe through. Okay. We're going to make a couple tiny bubbles in the back, followed by a little ear twist. And that's what's going to give the nose area kind of more of a shape. There we go. Okay. We're now going to bring that up. And you can see our turtles coming together. Move some things around here. There we go. And bring it up to the forehead. I'll move around the eye socket. And what we're going to do, since this is a turtle and they're bald, we're actually going to go back and forth a few times and fill the space in with our extra balloon that we had from earlier. And just like that. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is going to see if I have something here real quick. Oh, guess not. Hundreds and hundreds of balloons and not a drop to drink. Okay. Well, that is fine. We will again just use the orange here. So what we're going to do is we're going to now use the orange to kind of connect everything together. So I'm going to start it around the ear, go to the nose, go to the other ear, okay, go up to the forehead where we have our ear twist, go across. We're going to actually, sorry, not go across. We're going to go back to the nose. Go back up to the ear twist and go back down to the ear. And then we're going to just connect these behind. Okay. We're going to take a white 260. And we're going to fill in that gap. So again, this is not the head you'd make for lions, but this is a fun one when you got some extra time and you want to make something cool. So I'm going to take this extra orange piece, bring it back up. So it looks like it's originally two parts that you tied together. And I'm going to take the remainder green balloon I had and just fill in the spot between those two ear twists a couple times. There we go. Okay, so here's the advanced turtle head on the simple turtle body. Okay. Hey, Cowabunga. Well, what if we want to take it up another level and get fast turtle head or fast turtle body, fast turtle head, and I'll show you one more other way that can be done really fast. Yes. And I'm actually going to make two loops, bring one inside the other, and you add your color to it. Let's add our. We'll do this color. Woo! Okay, let's make down here. There we go. And just by bringing that around, and now you can take out your marker. Oh, we'll add one big more ear twist here to kind of hold everything into place at the back of the head. Use our marker. And just by doing that, that's a quick turtle head. It's about as quick as you're going to, I think, find. Okay. And again, with our simple body, it's not bad. Okay. A little marker work will work well. You can also add the smile and the grimace or whatever you want. It matters which character you make. Okay. So now we have simple turtle body, simple turtle head, medium turtle head, and advanced turtle head. Okay. Get that one a little closer up so you can see. A little bit of personality in there. So let's make the turtle shell that takes a little bit longer. I'm actually going to do this more movie style. So this is going to have the brown shell on the outside and the yellow color inside. So let me start off with the goldenrod. And let's see here. Red, orange, yellow. There we go. Green. I've been doing a lot of videos with this bag. I got to push the colors back down in place. Okay. So with the shell, we're going to be doing a couple different pop twists. We're going to just start off going right into it. Our first two are going to be on the smaller sides of things because they're going to be our sides of our turtle shell. So they're going to be a little narrower. Okay, so 3 fingers. Now we're going to do a little bit over 4. And again, ear twist, followed by one little bubble for a pop, followed by another split twist. I think I said that wrong. So split twist, small bubble, split twist, and then back same size as your other longer one. So you're going to have something that looks like that. Now you're going to do the longer ones one more time. You're going to try to get them close to each other. That'll help with how everything looks. And there we go. I'm just going to add an small ear twist on either side. This will kind of just provide a central place, and it'll help keep everything flat while we're working. Okay, so we have our bubbles here. And let me just grab something to, oh, I have something right here to pop those bubbles. And there we go. The trusty scissors. And there we go. Okay. So we're going to have 6 spokes. We're going to take the 2 shorter ones and go opposite sides with. We're going to take our yellow goldenrod balloon and connect all that together. So you're going to want to keep it, it's going to have kind of an oval look to it, but your sides are going to be your long ones, where your top and bottom will be shorter. And there we go. Very good. Okay. See how that's going to look? Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing again with our brown, but we're going to make all of them a little bit bigger so that it naturally rounds. Cool thing is now we have a place to actually lock things into place when it's time. So we're just going to, let's see here, make sure every bubble is just a little bit bigger. Use the stencil that you already made with your first part. All right. And now we're going to make the other ones a little bit bigger than what we had before. Get those right about the same size. There we go. We're going to do that one more time. And there we go. Going to grab our scissors. And there we go. Grab our 2 smaller sizes. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to twist these into place, small to small, big to big. And we'll just do that right now. Make sure that the scissors don't get involved. So I'm using the part of the shell we already have as our lock point. And I'm just going around. And there's our sixth and final one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around. We lost one. We lost one. Mikey! Okay. Woo. That's okay because I'm just going to have to add extra balloon anyway. So what I'm going to do is just go right into that middle. So I'm going to do one single ear twist, bring it in, just lock everything in, and go right to that connection point. Making sure I have it about the same size as the other small one. There we go. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the shell and complete it. But one thing I am going to notice is make sure that my goldenrod ear twists are on the goldenrod side and my brown ear twists are on the brown side. Otherwise, it just doesn't look quite right. So we're just going to do that real quick. And now, one thing I will say is, especially if you know you're going to be making a lot of a certain character, try to get to know what that character is about. Try to get to know a little bit of the culture of that show, especially if you're working for tips. I find it really helps, especially if you're doing comic book conventions and things like that. If you're not a geek, it might not be the best place for you to do it, because fandom is something that they appreciate knowing that you at least know what their character is and who they are, and they enjoy knowing that you appreciate what they find. And if you can throw some trivia that maybe they know or maybe they don't know, it helps. So one place to look for trivia, especially about like Transformers, GI Joe, Hello Kitty, Turtles, is find shows like The Toys That Made Us, or movies that made us, or just do a YouTube thing about history of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and take 15, 20 minutes and get to know it while you're organizing your balloon bag or getting ready for a gig. And I'll be honest, as a geek and as someone who does those kind of events, or at least used to, I always saw there was value in it. One time I made Godzilla, and I never watched Godzilla before. So I watched the first three Godzillas because I figured I should know what the character I was making was about. So at the convention, if people asked me about it, hey, does it have this character? Hey, what about? Oh no, I was basing them off the first movies, which was such and such. So now I'm going to add the feet. It's going to go again, it's going to be almost identical to the simple feet. And we're going to just put that on the bottom here. I'm now going to just bring it over, kind of pull the air out of the way so that you can't really see it and it can kind of just sneak into the crevice of the two colors. See? Just like that. Can't really see it. Gonna bring it up. Finish off the feet. And there's my turtle legs. Tonight I will eat some turtle stew. Nope, okay. No shredder fans here. All right. So there's our head. There's our body. We're actually just gonna do a couple ear twists so we can just slide it right in there, and it will stay locked in. I'll rip off the extra. Okay. There we go. Let's add the arms. Now, I actually like doing the arms out of 160 because it gives them a little meatier, beefier, and look like they have a little muscle without them being huge. But we're going to start off with the fingers. We're actually going to, the turtles only have, oh boy, they have 4 or 3. I believe they only have 3 fingers. So we're going to add the fingers here. And all they are is ear twists. We're going to have 4. Because I think it's 3 and, yeah, I'll have to double check. So add those, just its ear twists on top of ear twists on top of ear twists. And it gives it that little bit of a gap. Makes it look more like a hand. So we're going to do the arm. Fill out a 3-finger bubble, an ear twist, and then we're going to come back down and back up. This is going to add a little bit more beef to it. So now we got a 3-inch diameter instead of if we just used a 260, which would have been a 2. I'm now going to grab a 260. Just lock that into the ear twist. Go up. About 4 fingers. And then I'm going to use that 160 to go down and back up into an ear twist, which will be our shoulder. Okay? And you can see it's a little bit of beefier on. Gives a little muscle tone to it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually snake this through the shell. And hopefully it doesn't pop. I'm going to grab the uninflated portion, because once I grab the uninflated portion, I can pull that, and if it gets stuck, I can just pump the air through it to the other side. So right now it's kind of stuck, so I'm just going to squeeze, and there the arm goes. Now I got something to pull onto. And get that arm through there. Just snaking it through. There we go. Okay. I'm going to add his little shoulder. Bring it up toward the top of the shell. Okay. And lock that into place there. There we go. Okay. Going to take another 160. And we're going to do the same thing. Just mirror what we already have. So down, up, and back down. We're then going to rip off that 260 section and do the lower arm. Again, down, up, and back down. And we're then just complete it with our ear twist after we add our hand. And I need a little extra length. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, ear twist. We're just going to start off with the first one, twist it on itself. Go to the second one, twist it on itself. Third one, twist it on itself. And then our fourth one, we will just tie off. Okay. Lock this one into place here. There we go. Okay. So now that's good. That's recognizable. Or we can add more. So let's add more. So I'm going to add, let's see here, got a light brown 160. We're going to add the belt. Just put that around the waist, tie it into place. And because you already have those ear twists there, I just slide it right on. Okay. Put an ear twist in the back, slot it in place. Put another one to secure it. And then, okay. Again, good enough if you want to stop there. But let's not. Let's add the elbow pads. Get that one off. Do another one. And again, you can stop there. Oh, let's add some more. Let's add the knee pads. Oh, there we go. Lock those into place. And we're going to do one more. There we go. And lock that into place. Now, one thing you do need to know when making the turtles is what weapons they each use. Besides the color, the next most important part is to know what their weapon of choice is. So Michelangelo is the nunchuck. So we're going to make a pair of nunchucks. Leonardo is the sai, it's the katana or the swords. Donatello is the bow staff, and Raphael is the sai. So let me just make those here. All I'm actually doing here is just I did some split twists at the top, tied it off so the air wouldn't escape. Do the same thing for the other side. Make sure it doesn't escape again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, since we're going to kind of the more fancier model of this one, so I'm going to grab 3 gray 160s. I'm going to puff them up with just a little tiny bit of air and tie them together. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to braid them together. Just like I'm braiding hair. Or a friendship bracelet. And when we get done to the bottom, we will just tie it off. Now, instead of holding your mouth or starting some other way, you can always get the kid to hold it so that you can braid it and get them involved that way. So once you get done, we'll just tie it all together. Grab one end of your nunchuck. Grab the other end. Just push it right in. And just pull the knot a little bit to make it soft. Split it, and we're going to twist it right in. And there we go. Again, this isn't something you're going to make for line work, but if you're doing a special balloon request, if you're making this for some special occasion, a showpiece to show off what you can do, you know, it's a great conversation starter, if nothing else, to show what your skill is able to handle. So that is Mikey, and I hope you got something out of the different versions that we did of him, from simple to complex, and I hope you find something that you can build off of. And because when it all comes down to it, it's about creating something fun, creating art. Again, art is something that you feel. Art is something that brings back a memory. Art is something that makes you think of something, that brings you to another place. And balloons are a great way of doing that. So while you work on that, just remember, a smile is free. A thank you only takes a moment, but encouraging word at the right time can change your life forever. So until next time, keep on twisting. Adios.